Hey guys, this is an update to the previous video titled something like custom thumbnails. This is a more complete tutorial, I think. We're going to be going through the initial steps as well. So, although the old video may be gone, we are going to cover everything in this video again. I'm downloading on a roll now. Just felt like a quick intro was appropriate so that it made sense. I'm loving the background. I hope you're all enjoying the background. If you've not had a chance to play the mod yet, you can head on over to the Discord channel. There is a link below, and ask for some support. And there's a good collection of guys now, and the odd girl, and we're all playing on a roll together. It's a lot of fun. So, head on over. What are we going to do then? So we are going to, in the game, you can create a character, as you no doubt are aware. You can do quite a lot with that character if you are willing to mod. That's not to say that this stuff isn't going to be in the official version. We're just a community of players, and we film a lot, so we like to, because we're on PC, we have that option. I know that that's not necessarily going to be possible on console, and so even on console, I'm not going to say PC Master. I said it. I said I wouldn't say it, but I said it. PC Master Race. One love, guys. So yeah, what we're going to do today is we're going to put in a custom pair of skates. As you can see, I've got the Ratchard Johnson. I'll just put that on the other screen so you can see it. In game, it looks like this. So it's wicked. It's a model that I made some time ago. It's not perfect, and I've lost the original files. But you can see what we've done. We've just taken the texture that Yella has developed. This is what gets wrapped around the 3D model, and we've switched this up. We've changed it. So it's a lot of fun, and I want to be able to skate those. I want to put those in a video. I have a more complete version. I will show you that. Which is just, me. It's a bit over the top, but it shows what's also possible. I've got the 4 original skates, and I've got four custom skates, and then what we're going to cover in this tutorial, which is renaming the items. So each of these has got a different name. We've got the Rob Fox model, the Al Hui model, the Ratchard Johnson model, and it says under here what they are, and then the 60mm black, and it says there what they are. And all what we've done here is we've essentially taken a texture, a pair of baggy jeans, and we've moved them to here, and we've just changed the texture and the thumbnail that are associated with them. So we've put the baggy pants here. For the baggy pants, I've put the skate texture, and then on the thumbnail, we've just edited the thumbnail in Photoshop to show this, and I'll show you that as well. So let's begin. So what's first? Well, in order to get this into the game and give it a texture and a thumbnail, we need some files. So using UAVE, file, open. The first file we're going to get, and we're going to get it because it is important, we're going to use it last. It's this one here, resources.asset. I'm going to make a copy of it, and I'm going to use the copy to open it. And that's because I want to save over this one, but we can't save over the file that we are using. So that's why we have to create the copy of it. Open. I'm going to arrange these by type, and you want to be looking for text asset. And as you can see, they're all alphabetical. So there's 2 languages. There's .nl and then .en. I'm going to be working with .en. Plugins, export to .text. I do have a project file set up for this, and this is going to be, this is where the text is kept. So for all the thumbnail displays, the clothing type and the description, things like that, that's all in here, and that's kind of where everything starts, because this has to connect to the correct textures in order to display the correct text in the right place. So we're going to export that one. That's easy. We don't need to keep it. We don't need to save over anything. We're just editing the file right now. Then we also need another one. So it's in your Steam files. Common, honor roll, data, streaming assets, asset bundles, windows. We want this one. Characters. I'm going to create a copy again. And I'm going to be using the copy to extract and save it over the original. So it'll ask me to unpack it. Yep. We all know the routine now. Characters underscore unpacked. Okay. So this will load up all the assets that are contained within that bundle. You know, and I don't condone breaking the game. I have done, you know, if you do this, be aware that you may come out of it worse off than you came into it. Info. Now, there's a couple of files we're looking for from here. And we're going to be using one thumbnail. We're just going to be using the baggy trousers. So I'm just going to export the skates. That's a text file. Lower body. Now, I was going to try and use the hair again. You can use any of these, hair, facial hair, they're text files, and you can basically put anything in their place within reason. So we're just going to export the skates file and the lower body file like that. Plugins, export to .text, and we're going to use this folder myself. And there's nothing there because we're only selecting the folder, and it'll export them both, name them both appropriately. And you can see here we've got the language file, the lower body, and then the skates. We also need another file from here. I'm going to type ALL, so all clothing thumbnails. We want this one here. It's a texture asset. Plugins, export to PNG, and then we'll name it all. All clothing thumbnails. So I'll show you that. All clothing thumbnails. So all of these are thumbnails. We're talking about using this thumbnail here. So what I'm going to do essentially in Photoshop, we're going to use this picture and we're going to put it here. And then we're just going to trick the game into putting that picture up here instead. Essentially, we're going to create a new thumbnail here, or a new virtual thumbnail using a text file. So we'll create a new slot for a set of rollerblades. We'll link this thumbnail. Instead of having the jeans, we're going to put a picture of a skate there, and it will wrap around the new thumbnail, which is based on a skate model. So it will wrap us. You know, if you didn't reference it right, you could have a pair of skates, and then you could wrap the texture of the jeans around the skates, but it might look a bit weird. And so you just want to have, you know, and that's the process. And we just need to get round to that. And but when we're using the text files, it's worth considering that this one is for all of the information. So if I just do a quick search for baggy, it will find all the references for it. So here you've got your clothing name, baggy jeans. That's where I would change it to USD Aeon. Oh. Find the next one. And my clothing description. Ratchard Johnson model. Yeah, I can work with model. So now you can see if I flick between the two, you can see it's just Ratchard Johnson model and then USD Aeon. So I've actually just done all of the text file for that. That's that done now. And I'll show you what I mean by that later. But that's the value for the thumbnail changed. We've already changed it. So again, we're going to be using the baggy jeans. It's worth remembering. You've got to just get in that mindset of we're going to be using the baggy jeans. So the references to the baggy jeans are important because that's what's going to display. Because we're displaying the baggy jeans thumbnail, like officially displaying that. That's that sprite there. That's the one we're going to be. So whatever you put in that sprite will display when we link it to here. It's very important that we get into that mindset, definitely. Is there anything else we need before we crack on with this? No, I think that's it. So I'm going to close that. Don't need that right now. I'll keep UABE open. So what's first? Like I say, we've already done the language file. I've changed the baggy jeans. I'll show you that again. So here, where I found the clothing name, that's the top value, so I've changed that to USD Aeon. The next value is somewhere, but I'm not sure where. Here. I've changed it to Ratchard Johnson model because that's the second value. That's the second field that you can display text in. And that's relevant for them all. If you find one that doesn't have a second value, you can actually just patch in that second value and create it. The text file, that's all it's doing, is creating values that you can use. There's an allocated spot for it, so you can allocate some text for it. It's a cool system. We also need the skates file, so we'll get onto this as well. I'm just going to load up the lower body file as well. It might look a bit daunting to anyone that's just kind of coming into it, a bit blind. I've had a couple of days to kind of master all of this now. Each one of these to there is a thumbnail. Okay, so if we want to create a new thumbnail, essentially we just need to copy one of these slots. We can copy this last slot here. ID 4, that's the fourth slot. If you think about it, in the game we've only got 4 available skates, but we've now got 5 available slots. I'll change this ID group to 5. Now when I load up the game, there'll be the normal 4 slots, but the 4th slot will be duplicated here. So you'll have the thumbnail, or at least reference to it. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of hijack another thumbnail and put it in here, and then we're going to, like I was saying in Photoshop, we're going to put that on the thumbnail. But we're going to just amend all the text before we do anything else, and there's a reason for that, because it's just a little bit easier. So in here, this is the lower body section. So in here you've got all the different things again, but like I say, each one of these is a thumbnail. Here's a thumbnail that we want. Baggy trousers, or the lower body, baggy 001. I'm going to copy this stuff here. This is the description. Now, like I said, in this file here that's looking for the Ratchard Johnson, it's looking for the description that's associated with the sprite, and the sprite's pointing it to this description here. But if we put this description here, it will display it here too, which is what we want. We want to display it on the skates page. It's a bit of a hijack, but that's what we want to do. We don't want to display it on the lower body page. You could display another one of these on the legs page essentially, but we want to display it here. And because we know we're going to be using this one, we can come in here and we can go, right, we want the thumbnail name. I'm just going to copy that, paste that here. Thumbnail name. So it's changed the thumbnail as well. We're going to be looking for that thumbnail with the baggy pants. And then we need to, if you select the baggy pants, you need to know what color texture is on there. Right now it's just Richie skates. But I'm going to change that so that the texture is the pants. And that's officially what gets put on the 3D model. That's the texture for the 3D model. And if we change that to the pants, which we've changed to, a pair of rollerblades, it's going to display rollerblades on the jeans instead, but it's not actually the jeans, it's displaying it on the 3D model, and it's wrapped right if you remember to change the settings when you're importing the PNG. So that's good. The skates are done. Look, so we've got the description name here. And we've already done that in here. We've already changed those values. You see here, we've already changed them. Ratchard Johnson model, USD Aeon on the other one. We've already changed it. So this file is already ready to be imported back into the game. The skates one is done now. We've got the description that's attached to the baggy trousers that we're going to be using. We've got the thumbnail that's attached to the baggy trousers that we're going to be using. And we've got the texture that's attached to the baggy trousers that we're going to be using. But we're not going to have baggy trousers attached to the texture. We're going to put in our own rollerblades. And we've already got the normals from Richie Eisler's skates. So that's essentially fine. If you used this to put in like the them skates and you had a normals map, or you put in a pair of Jados and you had a normals map, or you designed your own texture and you put in a normals map, that's where you would attach it. But you'd have to find another texture to sacrifice to put it into a new slot. But there's a general principle for this. It's a really good way of doing it. It's a really good little workaround, I think. So this is done. Like I say, we've not changed anything on the lower body, and I'm going to leave it in the game for the tutorial so that I can show you exactly what I've done when we get in there. I'm just going to save it and make sure it's not tampered with. I'm going to save my skates file. Let me just check it. ID5, colon description. That looks good. I just don't want to get back to UAB and wonder that, be worrying about, have I saved it, have I not saved it. I'm going to save this one as well because I know this one's right as well. Now, for the record, I've already had this skate in the game. I released this skate a long time ago, and I've had pictures of it. You may have to load the game up, play it, come back out, and then start this next step. So you've got a picture of your skates, whatever skate you want. I mean, you could use a real picture that you've got off the internet for the Ratchet Johnsons and put that in. That's always a possibility. But you'd need to have a picture to put in its place. Now, we're going to Photoshop. We're going to Photoshop the hell out of this. So, like I said, we've used the sprite is pointing to this thumbnail here. Baggy jeans. I'm going to select the area. I'm going to try a little bit better this time to get it a bit neater. Because I didn't really care the last time I did this. I was like, yep, hurry up, quickly as possible, Eric. Oh, mate, perfect first time. Right, so I've got all of this. All of it selected. Control C, so I've copied it. I'm going to come in here, edit, paste special, paste into, or Control Alt Shift V. I like to think that I've like all the power buttons, Control Alt and Shift, and then V, and then I press Control T, and that will allow me to transform the picture a little bit while it's in the thumbnail. This is all we're doing. We're just changing the thumbnail, and we've associated the skate with this. Everything about this is now lost to my new skate. Done. Save it as. I'm going to leave it in here as a PNG. And again, we've already got it, but I'm just going to make sure that I save it as a new file, for the purpose of the tutorial. Sorry, it keeps chucking Windows onto my other desktop. Okay. Easy peasy. So what have we done already? We've done the thumbnail sheet. Thumbnail sheet check. So we can get rid of that. We've already amended the language file with the text models, or the text associated with the text that's associated with the trackies, the baggy jeans. Sorry. We've already found the baggy jeans here. We've found all of the relevant information that we need to transport the thumbnail elsewhere, or at least to create a copy of the thumbnail. And we've amended the skates page. Easy. We've got the new skate, the description for everything, the thumbnail name, so that when the game points us to the right thumbnail, the new thumbnail that we've created, and then the clothing type gives us the 3D model. So you can also change this to the old model without the power strap, which we've figured out, which is wicked. I've yet to use it. I'm going to work on a new skate now that I've figured out how to kind of sort out the 3D model choice, which is wicked. And we've got the jeans, which we're going to change now. So what do we need? UABE. I'm going to open it up for a start again, just to kind of keep things fresh. On a roll data. Windows. So I'm going to use the copy again because we've not done anything yet. This is where we're going to do all of the work, essentially. Now that we've done the text files, all we need to do is import one texture, which is the picture of the new skates, and then the relevant, information. So I'm just going to save over my unpacked one already. And don't forget, you can use your text file on your skates to remember where you are. You don't want to be getting lost on this next bit. But I'm going to get rid of lower body because I don't need that. But we do need to save this text file. We need to save this text file, and we need to import 2 pictures. Info. So I'm going to arrange it by name to start off with because I can get to skates first. Plugins, import from text. Wherever you have it stored. Skates. Boom. So that's that one done. Then we need lower body. That's here. Plugins, import from text. Lower body. Nice. Then we need the default male bootcut jeans because that's the texture that we're going to be using to hold our custom skates. So DEF will bring us down here. Default male bootcut jeans. Make sure you've got the texture 2D file. Plugins, edit. DXT1 is fine, that's what we want. If you want to have your own custom texture for the normals, you can leave that, and then you can associate a normals map with it. This is all fine. Repeat is fine. I'm going to load up my new custom skate. Boom. Okay. And that will be associated with those baggy jeans. That thumbnail, gone. The texture that's associated with it, gone. But the information that connects them all is still there. So we're done with that, and we need the all thumbnails, don't we now? All clothing thumbnails. Plugins. Edit. That's fine. All clothing thumbnails new. We've got the new skate texture here. We've already linked up everything else. We're just going to link up the text file for the text that's displayed in the game. So we need to save this. Okay. We need to save it here over our characters file. Here. Yes, I want to replace it. Then we need to open the resources file, which is in here. We're going to use the copy. I'm going to organize it by type. I can work with that. And then you want to scroll down until you find text asset. It's just after sprites, so we can scroll from here. Text assets. And then I'm using language.en. Plugins, import from text. Wherever you have it. Open. Okay, we want to save it. Now this is where it's important to make sure you save it over the correct file. You can't save it over the original file, so it helps to have the copy to work from. And then you can save it over the original assets file. Guess what? Pretty sure we're done. I'm going to feel silly if we're not. But that's the language file edited, the description for it as such. It's the thumbnail sheet that's been edited. We've edited the actual texture for the game. It's not the jeans anymore. We've put the picture of the skates, and we've wrapped it around a 3D model that's a rollerblade. And we've created the listing in the thumbnail section. So all going well, we've done this in one go. And it's just a case of getting used to the way that the system works, and the practices of moving the files and linking the files and understanding where they're linked and how they're linked and what you can do with that. E4i has given me a lot of advice. Has been a big help in figuring all of this out and understanding it, and being able to use it to make cool stuff. So, excellent. Let's check that out. Let's check that out in the shop, because that's where the important stuff happens. So what we'll see is an extra slot with our new thumbnail and the name and description that we amended in the characters and the language files and all the different text files. So there is a lot to manage, I know, and I hope that I do explain it clearly enough. That's important. And if you do enjoy these tutorials, just leave a like or a comment, and we'll do more. So here we are, the jeans. The bag of jeans now have our skate texture, as you can no doubt see. But that's okay. I rock these most of the time anyway. And I can remove this. Just using the text file for lower body, I can remove this block, and it'll just start here instead, and you'll have 4 pairs of jeans. What's important though is here. USD Aeon Ratchar Johnson model. Easy peasy. But we've still got all the other slots. We've got the different USD Aeons already. And scroll right through to the new one. And you can do that as many times as you want. Over and over and over. Like I showed you earlier, I have 8 pairs. I've also done 8 pairs and taken photos of all 4 of these skates and created new thumbnails for those. It was a lot of fun. And I do plan on doing it for an upcoming mod, the Honor Rollers skate pack, which we may have 12, maybe even 16 different skates to choose from, but they'll all be community made skates, coloured in versions, and some that are, I might even approach E4I about the Jados. I kind of want to leave those in the Shred Pool mod for as long as possible, but he knows full well I'm getting those skates out. So guys, thank you very much for tuning in. If you get a bit confused, head on over to the Discord. I'm always there for support. An E4I who taught me all of this. He's a wealth of knowledge, and many others. So tune in for the next one, and once we've got the skate pack out, we'll do some live streams, and hopefully you'll all be able to tune in. So once again, thank you very much. Peace out, guys.